Hey guys, how's it going? Today I'm going to be reviewing this Glarry GST HSS Sunset Strat with its 20-watt amplifier. The good people at Glarry have sent me this guitar and amp to try it out, review it, and to let them know what I think, if it's any good, if it's bad, my feedback, and all that. So we're going to figure this out together, and I'll let you guys, along with myself, be the judges. Now, I haven't spent much time at all with this guitar. I've literally just taken out the case, plugged everything in, so I've done nothing. So let's first things first, check the tuning. That sounds awesome. So give me a minute to tune up this guitar, and then we're going to test it out. Okay, so now we're tuned up. Let's go through first impressions of just what we think so far. Now at a first glance, this guitar looks pretty good. If I just show you it like that. There are no loose tone pots, which I know can be an issue sometimes on cheaper guitars. Everything is fixed and tight and in place. There's nothing loose. Tuning pegs are all in place. Volume and tone pots are all good. The tone selector is all good. The tremolo arm that came with it, it's quite nice and tight once it's in place. I have a feeling that's going to go horribly out of tune if I use it, so I'm not going to use it right now. Otherwise, first impressions look good. There's no wear and tear. I don't see any scratches or any signs of bad machine work, because I would imagine these are not handmade guitars. The price point would tell me that straight away. In terms of how it feels, yeah, it's pretty solid. It's not super heavy, it's not super light, but it feels pretty good. The fretboard feels pretty comfortable, it's pretty even all the way across the neck. It feels like a solid guitar for an entry-level player. I should mention, I'm using everything that Glarry gave me. With this pack, it comes with this 20-watt amplifier. It also comes with a case, handy. Whoopsie daisy. A couple of Allen keys, which are always useful for adjustments. And a strap, and a couple of picks, and a cable, obviously, and then the tremolo arm. Having everything come together as one solid unit is pretty handy, because it saves you from buying separate parts from different companies and so on. Because these guitars are really for entry-level players. These are not necessarily for pro players going on big stages or recording sessions with. So it does come in handy that someone who just wants to get into playing guitar just to buy one kit, and it comes with everything together, takes all the thought about of where should you go to buy different things. Now I am using this amp to test out the tone as well, so I've got my microphone. It's resting on my wah-wah pedal because I don't have a mic stand that can fit here, so there you go. So now let's test out the tone of the guitar. I've got the clean channel going. Now this amp is very basic, which is perfect because we don't want too many controls for anyone who's just getting into this. We have volume, treble, bass, gain, and drive. You have an MP3 input there, which is handy to play backing tracks and things like that. And you have a headphone input there, which is also great to practice silently on your own. So your parents don't get annoyed if you play really loudly, or maybe they will love you. Who knows? Depends how cool your parents are. And then we have our input right there. So right now we are on the clean tone, bridge position. Let's see how this sounds. Okay, so I've just noticed something. On the first fret of the B string, it's fretting out a little bit. Now that's a sign that the frets or the action has not been leveled perfectly. Again, not a major issue, but that is something that would bother me as a player. Not being able to play some notes ringing out all the way. Now, ironically, 12 frets above, it actually rings out nicely. But here is not so good. That's something that I would like to see fixed. Let's test out some of the pickups. Again, that first fret seems to be an issue on the low E string. I'm having it there as well. In fact, on the D string it's really bad. E string, not terrible, not perfect, kind of sounds like a sitar. But yeah, that first fret is an issue. That would be something that, from a quality point of view, even for an entry-level guitar, it would be ideal to not have to deal with that, because that means you're just going to have to have this guitar set up by a professional to sort that issue out. Middle position. Not bad. Now the neck position. Okay, so one thing I've noticed with the pickups is, depending on which position you're in, there is quite a change in the volume. Bridge position is very loud. neck position, especially on some of the lower frets in certain positions, it almost doesn't ring out at all. Again, that could be something that can be resolved just by raising or changing the height of the pickups, but it's not something that I would particularly want to have to deal with on a new guitar. But again, we're talking about an entry-level guitar at a very low price point, so there are always going to be some things that you'd expect that need to be fixed or that aren't going to be perfect. We're not talking about a $3,000 custom shop Fender right now. This is a, $120. You can't really go wrong as far as entry-level gear. All right, let's check out the drive channel. Okay. Not too bad for a cheaper practice amp. There's enough drive there to do anything rock. There you go, Kirk Hammett. Eat your heart out. Again, let's move through some different pickups. Okay, neck position. I'm getting a bit of hum now. Yeah, there's definitely a bit of hum coming out through different pickup selections. I think this neck pickup is not, perfectly wired. The louder you play, the more you're going to notice this. Right now, it's not too much of an issue, but it may bother some people. I'm not even going to try that. Alright, so that amp, decent enough, it works. I wasn't sure what to expect, but I'm glad everything worked. And this amp seems pretty portable. It's very lightweight, it's not heavy, it's not going to clog up the back of your car too much if you're transporting it around. I like that. Just for fun, let's see if the whammy bar sounds any good or if it puts the guitar horribly out of tune. Hey, still in tune. Oh, there we go. Yeah, horribly out of tune, as expected, but it's a tremolo arm and we haven't got a locking trem, so what do you expect? So, final thoughts. Well, if you are someone who is just getting into guitar, or you want to get a Christmas or birthday gift to someone, who you think might be interested, they're a perfectly good guitar company. They're very inexpensive, which is obviously an important thing. Obviously, there are some quality issues with things like the intonation and with the guitar fretting out on the lower frets, notes not ringing out, some volume issues with differences between the pickups. I also noticed here, you probably can't see it too well. If I necessarily put this right up close like that, and even then you probably still can't see, so I'm just going to tell you, the saddles here are not perfectly aligned. In fact, some of them are kind of at a weird angle. They're all crooked and off axis. So I would need to spend some time just adjusting those. The action's pretty comfortable. I'm usually, when I find cheaper entry-level style guitars, the strings are super far away from the frets like that, which means they're horrible to play. This is actually quite comfortable, even all the way up here. Don't know why I chose those notes to play. Even up there, it's actually still quite comfortable to play. And down here. And like I said at the beginning, this guitar does look quite nice. If you didn't know any better, you would not think this is a guitar and the amp and strap and cable and pick and all the other things that come with it. You wouldn't think you could get this all for 120 bucks, but you can, which is great. Some feedback from my end, I would like to see things like the frets being a little bit more even so that you don't get the issue like this. That's a problem for me. And the difference in volume between the, let me go to clean channel, in between the bridge position. See how quiet that becomes now? How loud that is? I would like things like that to be evened out, but it's not a deal breaker for me. I think if you're just getting into guitar and you need something to practice with or just inspire you to play, this won't be something that you're going to even notice probably. Let me check the tone pots and see how they do as well. Tone controls, not a huge difference in tone when I roll them all the way down or all the way up. The amp is actually pretty good for what it's worth. I mean, it's nothing special, obviously, but it sounds decent enough, and you can get a wide variety of tones out of it, from your clean to your drive sounds. And the EQ section, that is the bass and the treble, they respond well. Like, their guitars do look good, I'm not gonna lie. I have a couple of other ones, even right here. I'll show it to you. I have this Telly style guitar, and that one there also with the F-hole. I also know that when it comes to playing guitar, how it looks does affect it. You may not think it does, but if it makes you want to play it just by looking at it, that is an important thing, because as we all know, when it comes to playing guitar, the more you play, the better you get. And if you want to play it, it's going to make it easier. So having a guitar that makes you enjoy picking it up and holding it is a good thing. If you know anyone who's an entry-level player, if you yourself have stumbled across this video and you are thinking about playing guitar, yeah, I would say there's nothing wrong with the Glarry. Try it out for yourself if you can. So, nice job, Glarry. Only a couple of small issues for me, as mentioned, but otherwise, this is a solid guitar and amp. You can't go wrong with that. For anyone who's looking to get into playing, go get yourself one of these, have some fun, learn to play Smoke on the Water, and become the next generation of rock stars, because we need you. Alright, see you guys later. Have fun.